What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Wednesday. Maybe if you're listening early, because we're dropping a little early on a Tuesday, which rarely happens. And this is Fran. Just so you guys, shocker, sometimes it must just be like wait a second, that isn't Rhea. So very clearly not Rhea. It is Fran today. We have a great episode with Kaylor and Liv from Love Island that we recorded last week after they filmed their reunion. And Lil Ree's not feeling so hot this morning, so we're just going to cruise through this intro. We got some songs to give you guys to update the playlist, and then we have an awesome interview. But first, this podcast is presented by Macy's. I think there's probably a lot of emphasis, especially on this episode after the reunion, right? Where it's like they really talked about social media and mental health and making sure you're taking care of your mental health. That is so important. And we know that Macy's is, you're shopping. You're going for clothes, shoes, makeup, all those kinds of things. But I don't know if you guys know that Macy's has partnered with the JED Foundation and National Alliance on Mental Illness to ensure young people have the tools and resources they need to support their well-being year-round. So now through September 14th, Macy's makes it easy to support the JED Foundation and National Alliance on Mental Illness by either rounding up your store purchases or donating online. So you can join us and our wonderful partner Macy's to help support this foundation in their mission of empowering incredible, important young people with resources to navigate their mental health and support institutional programs at schools and campuses. So you can learn more at Macy's.com/purpose. So that's great, guys. If you are shopping online or in store, you want to round up your purchase, that is such an easy way to help donate. And you can learn more once again at Macy's.com/purpose. All right, so it's just little old me. Kind of feel like I'm talking to myself. Noah's here. Hey, Noah.
I'm also here, yes.
So it's funny because we watched the reunion, right? When everybody else did. We talked to Kaylor and Liv last week. We were filled in on some of the big stuff, but of course we had not seen the whole finished product ourselves. So we all watched Monday night as well. I think a lot really made sense on what they focused on. Like they were really going to focus on the Andrea breakup. They were really going to focus on Kaylor and Aaron and that what was going on. And it feels like, of course, things have to get cut down where they were probably recording for hours and hours. And then we saw an hour and 20 minutes. And they really played us that full sit down of sending home Andrea and watching the whole thing. It really did feel like, gosh, this is kind of stupid that this became such a big issue, because at the end of the day, the girls had a tough decision to make and they sent Andrea home. Like that's it. They talked, they figured it out. That's the decision they came to. It's just unfortunate that like taking a back seat, trying to take a back seat, whatever the language used became such a big part of it. And who knows, maybe it would have steered the show in a different direction. Rob kind of made it clear that, at the time he still had feelings for Leah, and that was some information that he really wanted to know. But that's where that ended and kind of needed to. I feel like the surprise was Nicole and Kendall, because we have not seen a lot of them on social media. They have not posted a ton. Rhea and I discussed, what happened with Kendall when the show ended. It seemed a little wild for Nicole to bring it up the way she did and not kind of have Kendall speak to it first. But I feel for Nicole. I feel for Kendall. I think, Kendall went through a lot, and he's still dealing with all of that. And Nicole is still trying to navigate her relationship with him. And so for her, in order for them to even talk about their relationship, it kind of does have to be brought up in a way that Nicole can express that she feels like she was lied to, and that's such a big thing for her. But it really did also kind of feel like a read the room situation, because everyone was like, okay, we get it, you're sad, but like Kendall just went with, like Kendall just dealt with all this craziness and having like such an intimate thing exposed. But at the same time, for Nicole to hear the truth of that, of it being like before the show on a dating app, you're gonna like Nicole, you're gonna question, like Nicole's gonna question his intentions going into the show, I feel. So it's like, it's tough because she's just so hyper focused on her relationship, which is fair, and how it made, and how it made her feel too. And everyone's seeing it, else is seeing it kind of from a bigger picture standpoint of like, well, okay, Kendall just went through this crazy thing. Like, let's keep that in mind. But yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad for both of them. Kendall seemed extremely uncomfortable. Nicole seemed extremely sad where like things have gone with her and Kendall. So I don't know. I feel like that was kind of the only big thing. No? That like I every other discussion was like very expected. Like I didn't feel like there was apologies that were said.
Yeah, it is so funny that there were just so many people who just said nothing.
Nothing. They just got to stand there and watch. Yeah. And then their only parts were like sending them into the green room to do the Pizza Hut ads.
Oh, that was the most blatant product placement.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was like, oh, time to go into the green room and have a slice of pizza. Guys, wasn't this drama so crazy?
Yeah. I did like the in-between stuff, like when they're mic'd in between.
Yeah,
after, to see what their reactions are. But
Janae having like a full paper of like quotes of like things people said, I thought was really funny. And once again, there's probably so much more that we saw. We also know Kaylor like alluded to cameras following certain people home, so like when they went to their hometowns and things like that. Like we didn't see any of that.
Yeah.
So they really kept it pretty short. I don't know if that's like maybe something down the line we would see, but I don't know. I feel like Kaylor was also worried about how that was going to go down with Aaron, but at the end of the day, like it was pretty quick.
It was.
Like,
I wonder if they cut a lot.
They probably cut a lot of it, would be my guess. But Aaron like revealed what he revealed, that he, because he did not tell Kaylor the part about, putting his hands down Danielle's pants, and then he said it. I don't know if it was his accent or also like the way it said it, like almost sounded like he didn't even say Danielle's name right when he said that.
Really?
Yeah, he like it came like he said it. I think he just said it really fast, but
Aaron was getting attacked from all angles.
Yeah, it was tough. Brought up BFFs on the BFFs podcast.
Yeah, and he didn't bring it up once. He brought it up he's like, it was almost like a blatant plug. Like, you can watch the full thing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, no, I mean, Aaron's obviously going through it as well, but it's crazy to say that information for the reunion when they spent a lot of time together and they had been in New York together. Like, we'll get into it more because Kaylor has more to share and talk about it, so we can talk about it with that. But
do you think that he thought
that was kind of like the whole reunion,
and then that's why he said it? Because if he didn't say it to this point, why didn't he just not say it at all?
I have no idea. Maybe like, right? It's like if you lied about it for this long, just like keep lying about it. I don't know. Yeah, that was not the greatest, I would say. And then I don't know. I just feel like everything else, there was no like groundbreaking moment. Like that footage of them sending Andrea home, no groundbreaking moment. I don't think it vindicated anybody. Like, I think they all chimed in. They all had things to say about sending Andrea home or keeping Nicole. I think, Ariana made a good point. It's like, well, if you're pushing for Nicole, it is sending Andrea home, regardless of if you're saying Andrea's name or not. But yeah, I mean, that's like kind of what we saw. Granted, there wasn't like any new clips of Leah pushing for Andrea. Like it was like that same soundbite that we already saw of her being like, I'm not sure she's here for the right reasons. Yeah. That was it. Valid thought. Like, so I don't know. That just, and they're all tired of talking about it. They're all friends. They're all fine with it. So it is what it is. But yeah, the fans have been so loyal and so crazy that I do feel for some of those bombshells, some of those Casa girls and all those things who like just have gotten ripped to shreds online for just like the smallest things. And that's tough. And I thought Serena was really like summed it up well when she was just like, I don't like want to have anything to do with that stuff, and like I don't subscribe to like that kind of.
I also thought Serena was good at diffusing the Nicole Kendall, like she said what she said about them. That was good.
Yeah, definitely. Because no, that had to have been tough for Nicole, because she does have her feelings, and then she probably feels like nobody is hearing her. And in that moment, you're probably feeling like, oh my God, everybody's just piping up to support Kendall, which is also like, Kendall just had this crazy thing. Like Kendall deserves some of the, like Kendall deserves that support right now, 100%. It's just like, it's got to be tough. It's got to be really tough. She's the one that's in the relationship with him. So, you know, whether they're having conversations or different conversations, the fact that they were even having this conversation on stage,
I was shocked made that they brought it up.
Right, made it seem like they really weren't talking behind closed doors. You know, like they were saying, you haven't reached out to me, you haven't talked to me. And then for her to be like, we are still together. Like, I haven't ended it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean you're still together? Doesn't really sound like you're still together. I don't know. That's like, you don't have to be together, by the way. Like, it sounds like you don't really want to right now.
And they kept asking, like, what can you do to regain your trust? And she didn't really, like, have an
right.
answer.
Or if anything, just be like, hey, I think we need to take a break or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like.
Which, I mean, I guess they have taken a
break.
Like,
it's just like, I guess the labels of it is what they're sort of leaving. But we will dive into Kaylor and Liv's part a little bit later on. And then, we got some new songs. Yes. Guys, super exciting. Chicks in the Office playlist. More songs to add to August. We're once again all over the place, so we can jump right into that. And we have Rhea's list as well, probably not as effective, being read by myself because, there's no added commentary. But I guess it's kind of fun. We'll be like, wonder when she's listening to this song. All right, so we'll let's jump right into our playlist. The perfect summer playlist may be elusive, but guys, one thing we know for sure, it gets better when it's enjoyed with a cold Coors Light, like the Coors Light I got in my hand right now, because music plus chill equals Coors Light amplified. Coors Light is the only choice when you're ready to choose chill. When you embrace a chill mindset, it's a good time to choose chill and crack open a Coors Light. It's the perfect time for enjoying your favorite music when you crack open that Coors Light and you're blasting your favorite song. It's the perfect combination. We have a few weeks left of summer, guys. Maybe you are enjoying these last few weekends coming up. You're headed to the beach. You got your cooler of Coors Light packed, your speaker, you're playing your favorite music, you're entertaining everybody, and everybody's enjoying their Coors Light. So amplify your chill this summer with Coors Light. Choose chill, choose Coors Light. Go to CoorsLight.com/summermusic to see how Coors Light can amplify your summer. And be sure to keep an eye out on Coors Light's social handles all summer long for more exciting announcements. And always, celebrate responsibly from Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Okay, we're adding some songs to our August Chicks in the Office playlist. Just a reminder, guys, all of these songs are in a playlist in Spotify. If you do want to listen, we have now separated by month, so you can listen to the July playlist. Now we also have August and are adding to August. And now I'll just read Rhea's, right? I feel like we can start with Rhea's. Yeah. Maybe we start with mine, but we'll just read Rhea's because she's not here. She did mention some songs last week that I feel like, did some of them make it on here? Yes, they did. Yeah, they did. They did. Okay, she's got Bad, Wale and Rihanna. Buzzin', Shwayze. Diet Pepsi, Addison Rae. I almost put this song on mine, and I will say it is catchy, and Rhea did have some added commentary. She said, please mention that this song reminds me of Untouched by the Veronicas, which I almost put on this playlist. Fantastic song. The Veronicas, Untouched. It's a great song.
I don't think I know it.
Oh, you know it. You know it.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. I think you would recognize it for sure. The Addison Rae, that Diet Pepsi, did you see that music video?
I saw like clips of it, but I didn't really watch
Funky. Pop star Addison Rae, for sure.
I was just like confused.
It's a catchy song.
I was confused at first, like, is this just a blatant ad or is this like just the title of her song?
Right. I don't know. Good question. She then has Might Not, The Weeknd. Really, Rhea's been like heavy on the weekend.
Yeah.
Like every week I feel like there's a Weeknd song on here. Turn Off the Lights, Chris Lake. Pound Cake, Drake and Jay-Z. The Longest Time, Billy Joel. Then she goes through some classics in here. Creep, Radiohead.
Maybe Creep, Radiohead, and these last ones for this morning when she's sick.
Right. Snooze, SZA. She's like, I don't feel well.
Yeah.
And then Lithium, Nirvana. So those are Rhea songs. All great additions to the August playlist. And then I can go into mine. I have like a lot of the same. I'm dead serious. I know this is like probably basic and everybody's doing it because Chaperone is so huge right now. I've done nothing but listen to her album. Truly. Like I don't listen to anything else. I wake up, I'm getting ready, I press play on Feminine Phenomenon and I just let the whole album go. Like I've done it, I did it a lot over the weekend. Did it a lot last week. Joe and I are really, we're playing a lot of backgammon right now.
Really?
Yeah,
that's like the game my grandpa plays.
He loves he's just like a new summer. He loves games, and I've said that. Yeah. And he loves, card games, board games. And every summer I feel like he has a new hyperfixation of a game. And this summer it's been backgammon. And like we have a travel set that we're bringing on our honeymoon, like the whole thing. We got it all locked and loaded, play backgammon.
I don't know how to play.
It's very simple.
Yeah.
But now we're like coming home from things. He's like, oh, let's play a game, whatever. So normally Joe like plays his music. So I'm very influenced by his music as well. But the other night when we were out, I was like, oh my God, can I please play Chapel Road? He was like, fine. And then I beat his ass in backgammon so bad. Wow. It was very, I think it was Chaperone's influence. Okay, so my songs, I have, honestly, eventually I'll probably just put the whole album on here, but I literally have 3. I went back to look to figure out what Chaperone songs I've already put on so that I could add the other ones. So I have Casual, Pink Pony Club, and Super Graphic Ultra Modern Girl. That's 3 separate songs.
Wow.
They're all on here. I'm telling you, if this playlist is supposed to be the songs, that we have on repeat, like I've just been listening to the album over and over. I am going to add Pretty Girls, Renee Rapp. I was also listening to some Renee Rapp this week. I haven't put any of her songs on here and love her. Probably going to add some more. Couple new ones. Purple Teeth, The Bravery. This was on my New Music Friday, Del Water Gap. I believe they've opened for the Jonas Brothers before.
Really? Are they like similar vibe?
Kind of. A little more alt, I would say. But I thought that song was good. And Nobody's Soldier, Hosier.
I have that too.
A good song.
Really good song.
He just like kind of added 3.
He just keeps putting out like, oh, here are more songs that didn't make the album.
Right.
And they're
the
all
man
really
is just churning out content. Yeah. Like and there's already so many songs on that album.
Yeah.
So it's
this
like
is his second EP after the album came out.
Right. Like, so they put out 3 new songs. So I'm putting Nobody's Soldier on there. Black Balloon, the Goo Goo Dolls. I forget where I was, but it was somewhere this weekend and that song was playing and I was like, I fucking love this song. I got to add it to my list.
I love the Goo Goo Dolls, but I don't know if I know that song.
Yes, you do. It's like,
I feel like the only Goo Goo Dolls songs I know are like Iris, Slide.
No, you do. This has got to be one of their top played songs. Yeah, it's 5 on their list of popular songs.
I'll have to listen to it later.
Iris, Slide, Name, Sympathy, and then 5 is Black Balloon.
Yeah, I only know the first 3.
Off
of like Name.
Black Balloon is one of those ones where they say Black Balloon right at the beginning of the song, like in the first verse, and then it's like not said again. Yeah. So you wouldn't be like, actually, I could be wrong on that, but that's how
Better Days by Goo Goo Dolls is also good, but yeah.
And then I am finishing it off with, because it's just been in my mind. So, I also have New Romantics, Taylor's version, TV,
making note of
1989, New Romantics. Whenever my phone's just like playing music on shuffle too, it's just like Taylor Swift starts playing.
Does the original ever come up on shuffle?
Not as much, because I feel like Spotify like knows.
Yeah.
And because I like I have so many liked songs from the new ones, I feel like that's the ones they play, you know?
Yeah.
And then I had to add High School Musical songs because they've just been in my head and we've been rewatching. So every day, High School Musical 2. I said it last week, but I think it is my number one song from all the movies. And then High School Musical from High School Musical 3. So that is, the name of the song is High School Musical.
Yeah.
But it's from High School Musical 3. High School Musical said we had to let it go. Yeah. So that's
Damn,
that's all mine.
I should have put Bet on it on mine.
You should have put Bet on it on there.
Okay, mine. I have Nobody Soldier as the first one. Great song.
It's great. Yeah. Big
I
Hoser
like
fans
more
in this room.
Yeah, I like it more than Too Sweet. And I like Too Sweet, but I like that. I like it more than that.
Yeah.
Still Beating by Mac DeMarco. Just a nice summer song.
Yeah.
I actually remember I listened to it for the first time last summer on a ferry from the Vineyard to the Cape, and then I'm actually flying to the Vineyard on Friday to get to the Cape again.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'm
you're doing that
I'm
whole...
going to do it again. I'll listen to it
Oh,
on
man,
the ferry.
are we on the same flight on Friday?
What time's your flight?
Like 10-something?
Oh, yeah, look at us.
Wow. See what LaGuardia, little bro.
Yeah, that's so funny.
It's like, I think it's like a 10
it's 10:20.
Yeah. That's it. That's the exact flight.
Issues / Hold On by Tiana Taylor. That's like one of my most replayed songs probably of like the past 4 years. It's like an amazing song, especially in the summer. Yeah, just
I love her.
Song.
She's awesome.
She's awesome. Running Away, The Sacred Souls. I think it's or no, maybe that came out last year, but they're a new band, like a new soul band that I like.
Cool.
Long Way Home, which is a new song by Ray LaMontagne. Do you know?
Yeah.
He has some like songs everyone knows. That song's like about the end of summer, kind of. It's a very slow song.
He does.
He's like, you are the best thing.
Yeah,
like,
you are.
Yeah,
the best
Trouble.
Thing.
Yeah, he's a lot of good songs.
He's still making music.
He is, and honestly, I kind of was
not
surprised
to be rude
by it, but he's not that old. Like, I don't think he's 51. But,
oh wow.
Yeah. He I
don't know why. Maybe it's just the style, but every time I hear "You Are the Best Thing," I feel like I'm listening to a song from like the 50s.
Yeah, I think those songs.
When did that song come out?
I think he's been making music like his first album came out in 2004. So, but that "You Are the Best Thing" came out in 2008.
What?
Yeah.
That is, wait, You Are the Best Thing came out in 2008?
Yeah.
That is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
Mind-blowing.
Isn't that like famously in a movie or something? It's like a rom-com or something.
Oh, the best thing. Maybe. I'm
is.
sure. I've just been listening to it. It's played at so many weddings.
Yeah.
And like it's such a big, as I've been on I have my first dance song, but like as you're going through that search, that song comes up often.
Oh, it was an I Love You Man.
That makes sense.
Okay.
2008. Oh my god, I would have lost so much money. I truly would have said like 1976.
Yeah, that's how I felt about the first time I heard about Leon Bridges. I was like, this is new. Like, it sounds like it's from the 70s.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then last night I heard the song "Come On Shuffle." It's called "All Day All Night" by the California Honey Drops.
Okay.
And very just like Jack Johnson-y vibe, I guess. Like kind of.
I like the name of the band.
Yeah, so do I. And they're also one where if you heard it, you'd be like, oh, this could be from 1970 but this came out, I think, like 2013 or like not too long ago. But just makes you feel a good song.
Yeah.
And I have Layla, but the acoustic live version by Eric Clapton, the MTV Unplugged.
Yeah.
Great. Just, can't get more classic than that.
Specifically the Unplugged version.
Yeah, specifically the Unplugged version.
Just make sure you add that when you're doing it yourself.
Also, Tedeschi Trucks has one of the best covers I've ever heard of Layla. So give that a listen to. Mercy, Mercy Me by Marvin Gaye.
Yeah? Little Marvin Gaye.
That's one of the best albums ever.
Yeah, totally.
Working Man by The Dip. Love The Dip. There.
I don't know The Dip.
I feel like you would like The Dip. I really do. I feel like you and Joe, I feel like Joe and I actually kind of
you have very
tastes,
similar music tastes.
And they're very I wouldn't say they're that similar to Mount Joy, but just I don't know, their vibe.
Yep.
So that's a great one. And then Provider by Frank Ocean. We'll just end it with Frank Ocean. It's a great song. That was just a single, but I actually saw today that it's been 8 years since Frank Ocean's last album, Blonde, which is just insane. 8 years. He hasn't put out an album.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
so
he's just
listened to the same songs for 8 years.
I mean, will he ever put out new music again?
I don't think so at this point. I
right?
Really don't.
At a certain point, it's just it's never happening.
He's randomly put out singles here and there, but I don't. Him putting out an album, a
full album,
what is he waiting? It's been 8 years. So.
Right, but I feel like artists, and I don't know, maybe it's kind of what Rihanna has alluded to a little bit too. It's I don't know, when you wait so long and then you work on a whole album, and then if you sit on it for too long, you're I hate this. I don't even want this to be an album. And then all of a sudden you're making a whole new album.
Yeah. It's are there songs on this next album that have been 8 years old?
I'm sure.
Which is crazy.
He probably has a lot in the vault.
Yeah.
Maybe he just Taylor Swift re-releases albums and then just adds vault tracks. Frank Ocean from the vault.
I don't care if it's an album or what. Just put out more songs.
Yeah, fair.
But yeah, that's it.
All right, so those are the additions this week to the Cito playlist, August edition, which once again you guys can all follow along and listen on Spotify. Maybe you guys are finding some new what?
Because I've seen comments where people are what are
the
they
fuck
saying?
Is Cito? Yeah. I guess that's we call it that, but I don't know if anybody.
It is the proper. If you saw those letters, I think that's how. What else would you? You wouldn't say key. You wouldn't say chi.
No, if it was Italian, we say Cito.
Yeah, but there's no.
No, it's Cito.
Yeah. I remember the first time I heard it.
Yeah, I mean, look, it sounds like saying Cito sounds like you're SEATO, Cito, Yeah, chicks. It's the Chicks in the Office playlist, the CITO playlist. But yes, we often refer to ourselves as Cito, and so does a lot of the folks in this office, I feel.
Yeah.
So that's how we shorten it. But yeah, that is our playlist, and now we can get into our interview with Kaylor and Liv. With Zola, you can plan your entire wedding in one convenient place. From the day you get engaged and search for the venue to the day you send out your save the dates, make your registry, and even taste your cake, Zola has literally everything you need to make the whole process super easy and actually enjoyable. There's even a 5-star app that helps you plan on the go or on your couch. Zola helps couples plan the wedding they really want with tons of unique features and personalized recommendations based on a couple's preferences. Every Zola wedding is as unique as the couple planning it. Their wedding pros are on call to walk couples from question to answer anytime. Zola is amazing, guys. If you are planning a wedding, it is truly so nice to have everything in one place. You can keep track of your RSVPs, contact list, guest list, your wedding website, all your vendors, all in one place. It's so great, and the app is super convenient. So start planning at Zola.com. That's ZOLA.com.
All right, everyone, we are here with two very special guests. We are joined by Kaylor and Liv from Love Island, USA. Woo-hoo! We are super, super excited to be talking with you girls. We saw you guys last night. Now we're here together today. I feel like it was good. We got a little bonding time in before we sit you down for the,
Yeah, I did a little spiel to you guys.
Yes.
That was so good, though.
Over 5 dirty martinis.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Extra dirty.
Yeah, extra dirty. Those things were green.
Filthy.
Filthy.
I said filthy. Loaded with olive juice.
Yeah,
They were green.
They were green. I was like, that drink is green.
There becomes a point with dirty martinis, though. Like, I love an extra dirty martini, but if it's too green, I'm like, this is making me sick.
I could just drink olive juice. Or
yeah, I do. I say
I
so
love pickles, too.
Yeah.
And I could do like a dirty martini, but with pickle
Have
juice.
you ever had a pickle martini? Delicious.
No.
No.
Yeah, you gotta get
I don't think we have them. We have picklebacks in PA, but not pickle martinis.
They do make pickle martinis.
I think if you just ask for it, they'll give it to you.
Yeah.
Do they make any martini, like fairy floss martini?
Oh, yeah.
And,
Like fairy floss?
What?
Cotton candy.
Cotton candy.
Yeah, you can. I mean, they probably won't. You might have to be more descriptive.
Yeah.
Do you like cotton candy martinis or fairy floss? Wait, do you guys call it fairy floss?
Yeah, fairy floss.
Okay.
I love fairy floss.
That's such a fun name for cotton candy. Why do we just call?
I
Why
know.
do we
Isn't
call
that
it
so,
cotton
isn't
candy?
that so cute?
Fairy floss
And
is
they
adorable.
call Crossroads zebra crossings.
Zebra crossing.
Zebra.
Yeah.
Zebra.
Zebra crossing, because it looks like a zebra. Australia's not real, I swear.
Yeah, yeah.
Zebra crossing,
Yeah.
fairy
Right.
floss, like.
And for a second, I was like, "What are you even saying?" And then realized you mean zebra. Yeah.
And you also say H instead of H.
Oh yeah, the letter H.
Oh, hey. Wait. H.
Wait, you said H.
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 H. Can you
Yeah.
say it?
H.
Yeah.
That's like ACHE.
That was great.
H. Aluminium. We could go on for days.
Yeah. The aluminium always gets some aluminum.
Aluminum.
Yeah.
Or Adidas. You kept saying the
Or
other
what do
day,
you say that?
It's my new Adidas.
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 Oh, and then
Yeah,
you
that's
say
very.
say nuh-uh. She thinks so.
Nuh-uh. She just goes, nuh-uh.
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 You guys have a very like Paris and Nicole vibe, and I don't know if you
Oh, really?
Stop. That's
understand
like the
if-
biggest
like,
compliment.
you
Such
get
a
that
compliment.
reference.
Wow.
We
you
should go
guys
to like the
really
drive-through
do.
Yeah,
and start
you
working
really
on,
do.
like,
Like a simple life, like more chaotic.
like we're like a cig in the mouth.
Yeah, I think. Look, when they were on TV
Wait,
back,
what?
like I think they were also.
Yeah, I don't think they were
They're-
shying away
yeah.
from cigarettes.
No,
love it.
for sure. But I mean, they're gonna get. They have a new
I
show. They're
love
doing
it.
their
Yeah,
show
they're
again.
doing a spin-off.
So, I mean,
I'm like, hey.
Hey
Yeah,
guys,
yeah.
let us
Yeah.
join. Can we come in for one episode?
Yeah,
we'll
you-
hold the
exactly.
cameras. Yeah.
Have you guys talked publicly about how you're gonna live together? Or
No.
are we not
Really,
talking?
no.
Can we talk
Of
about it?
course.
So what made you guys decide that? Like, was it at the villa, leaving the villa, afterwards? Like, I want to hear the process of where you guys were like, all right, we're gonna live together.
Well, we called it in the villa.
Yeah, because we're both kind of messy,
Oh,
cleaning wise. That cleaning wise.
Yeah.
Messy.
you should see our hotel room right now.
It's like
a maze.
organized clutter. I'd
Yeah.
say.
Well,
Like,
you
we know
actually
where it
organize
is.
more than I do.
I color code
okay.
random things.
Well, that's
Like,
being
a star.
organized.
I don't. I
No.
just throw.
Yeah,
I
like,
think I can find things more when it's messy. It's like
Yeah,
I know where
yeah,
that
yeah.
jacket is on the right side of the room, on the ground,
Right.
next to the bed.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You have the chair. Like
Yeah.
everybody had that chair in their bedroom growing up that
As
had the
is the
giant
floor.
pile of clothes on it.
Oh
Always.
yes, with
Yeah.
makeup
Yeah.
all
oh
over
my God, we
it.
should show
Oh
them
yeah.
the photo of our bedroom floors back home.
Oh no, we shouldn't. I'm embarrassed.
Yeah. Oh, and we're going to tell the story about how we glued the...
Oh, we
That's
we have
bad.
like something that we want to share. We were so messy
We
in
find
the
it
villa
like so bad.
that literally someone had to come up and be like, "Liv Kaylor, you're so messy.
You
Can
have
we
to
not?
fix
You have to
yourselves."
fix it." We
we had stick-on nails because we couldn't get them done.
Yeah.
And I don't know whose fault it was, one of ours. We didn't
you
glue
know
the top.
it was my fault.
I'm not gonna. We didn't glue the top, and it accidentally the wind came in and blew it over, and then makeup brush got stuck to the vanity with the glue.
Like a eyeshadow brush. Like I mean, like stuck. Like
Yeah.
it couldn't move.
so
So
we were
Liv
like,
goes.
we're
I'm like,
quick,
we need to wait for someone to come up here and get it off. Like we're.
But I thought we were gonna get in trouble.
Pulls it up. The
I
entire vanity
rip it.
comes up with it. The entire vanity, like
We ripped
top, like the finish.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
on
yeah.
the brush, and I was like,
Oh my God.
I was like, fuck, do you think they'll notice?
So they had
We
to
pushed
come in.
back this
This
back
is just
down.
small damage.
They had to come in with white
And they're like,
out,
who
white
did it? And
out.
we're like,
I don't know.
and now
And
then-
they have cameras.
yeah,
That's
they knew it was
That's
me.
some
heavy
Plus
duty
we had
glue.
like right, but my nail never stuck like that.
Right. Yeah.
And we had mics on all the time, and we always would forget. We'd be like, I hope they don't notice.
Or we'd
And
be
they're
like,
like hearing us.
Yeah, they
I
know
hope
exactly.
don't
They're like,
who's
who did it?
tapping
We know
Yeah.
exactly
And I
who
got in
did it.
trouble because we'd be like, oh my god, what the
Yeah, we
and
tap it to
our
try
mics.
and not like let them hear. And they're
So,
like, you're silly.
I feel like that is a question that a lot of people have is, do you forget about your microphones on you and do you forget you are being filmed?
Yes.
Oh my God, all the time. Do you
But
see how
wait.
I acted?
But the first week, it was like, okay, I
Yeah.
know I'm gonna. And then after that, I was like sitting like this.
Yeah, we
like,
didn't care. Like, I had my
Eating.
extensions out. Like, didn't even know.
Yeah.
You forget. I think that's why the season did so well.
Yeah.
Because everyone kind of forgot.
Right.
That they were
And
there.
you said that you would tap your mic. Would you guys do that to talk about other things?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that we didn't want them in.
Yeah.
Like,
and they'd be like, stop talking about that. I'd be like, well, I didn't want to.
like, what are you talking about? And we'd be like, Aaron taught us it.
Yeah, Aaron did.
Oh, well,
you know,
that's
reality-
not a sign right there
reality
that
TV
Aaron
guru.
was,
Yeah.
trying
had
to
the
block out what
ends.
could be heard.
And then we just
Oh,
looked
yeah,
like
he probably
idiots.
did that in Casa.
Yeah, probably.
I know that he wasn't leaving the mic to stop him.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, now that we brought up Aaron,
Yeah.
let's get right to it. You guys just filmed the reunion.
Yes.
I feel like Kaylor, your relationship with Aaron was at the forefront because people had been wondering for weeks now, were you going to stay with him after watching Casa? We saw you on BFFs. You had just watched Casa more episodes, and
Yeah.
it seemed like you weren't happy with what you saw. And then more information was told to you by Aaron before the reunion.
Oh,
Wait, should I?
not before, but during.
During.
Yeah, during. So after like seeing Casa and everything, it definitely changed my perspective. Like I was like watching it, I was like, wait, this isn't the Aaron like I grew to love. But yeah, after watching it, it was definitely hard. And also like coming back to my support system and my friends being like, Kaylor, wake the fuck up. Like, what are you doing? And I was like, wait, you're so right. I think in the villa, I was kind of in my own little la la land. You don't like actually think like, oh, the real world exists. Like, you're
Right.
going to go back to that. So,
But how would you have known? I think people forget that. Like,
yeah.
they see what happened in Casa, but you
Right.
went to the two people it was involved with, and they both missed out
But
information. Like, what are you meant to
I
be a
didn't
psychic?
think, and I didn't think it was gonna be so consistent. Like he
Yeah.
loved it. He was smiling. He was like, "Yeah, let's have a field day Vegas trip. We love it. We are like bachelorette party. Like, yeah." But
Yeah,
after,
he took it as a Vegas trip.
yeah. So we broke up probably like 2 weeks ago now. And we did it whenever I was still in PA and he was in the UK. And I was like, I have a whole different perspective of you. And I don't want to start a relationship with fucking hatreds towards
Yeah.
you, resentment, like all of it, trust issues. That's not healthy. It's not toxic. Been there, done that. No, thank you. So, yeah. So we ended things. And then we would still talk. Like, we would still text, which I know I shouldn't have. But,
We've all
like
done it.
I do like love Aaron who he is. Like I've grown to know like a different side than what's portrayed, I guess, to the public, because he is very genuine and lovey. But watching that is just like a shot. Like it's just not. I don't know. He wasn't considerate of me during that entire time, so it was like definitely difficult. And like reliving that trauma and watching it was hard. And then afterwards, he kind of like. Even in New York, like the first night in New York City, I stayed with him,
Biggest
and
mistake.
we had an argument. We had a screaming match the next morning.
Yeah.
Like I heard, because I guess Kane had told him that like I did my big one in the villa. Like, and I went ham with, like, Jalen or, like, that guy that I was talking to, which isn't true. But it was all about that.
Yeah.
And then the next night, Liv and I hung out with him and Kendall, and we had a screaming match outside of 7-Eleven at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So,
in the middle of the street.
in the middle of the street, I was like, I'm sitting here arguing with you and wasting my fucking energy, and
I got boys in my DM.
I have all these boys in my DMs.
You.
And, yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah, so we've talked a lot in New York City before the reunion, and then the reunion happened, and he dropped a huge bomb. He was like, can I say it? I can say it. Yeah, he was like, yeah, actually, Kaylor, I have to tell you that I did put my hands down Daniela's pants.
Absolute
Round of
that
applause.
is crazy.
Meanwhile,
Like,
I have literally been with him in New York City. He has so many opportunities. He's been trying to take me out on dates. He's like, I want to make it up to you. Like, he had, even when we broke up, like when he was home, he's like, my mental health was really bad after the villa, which I understand.
In the villa as well.
But like, it's just like having respect for me, and like that was.
It's
not
also
considered.
like waiting to tell you that on the reunion is skeets.
It's like why for
What
the
is your
viewer?
point?
Right,
Yeah.
because he had so many, so endless opportunities in the villa, like you said, to just be, because if he just told you outright every single thing that happened in the villa, if he said to you, I did put my hands down her pants, like
Just
in the
own
villa,
it.
you would have been like, you probably would have been like, oh, he really is telling me everything.
Yeah.
But because, you know, you were always like, is there everything? Because there wasn't one like big shocking detail. With that, you would have been like, oh, he's telling me everything because this is a big detail to know.
Yeah, just own it.
so he had so many opportunities, and the fact that you like spent the night with him in New York City, like he could have told, and you guys went to LA,
and he's been like gaslighting. Even, like we hooked up in LA, like he was like so like living this, like knowing damn well what he did, which is just so calculated to me. Like,
It's all an act.
Yeah, it's all an act. And then the night before the reunion, he's like, we were all out at like this bar, and he's like, can we just get a picture? And I said no.
He's giving fan.
And it's like you have. Oh wait, listen.
He kept like being like Hollywood fix to her, like let's get a pic, like
Like the thing,
drop it.
the thing is like you want to ask me for a picture, but you don't want to tell me like what you did. Like that's just
It's a
gross and
fad.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Good
He's
vibe.
like leaning more into being like reality TV star than like actually trying to have a relationship with you. People did notice, I don't know if you saw this, but people did notice that your background on your phone was still you guys right before the reunion.
So my background on my phone outside the villa, you know how your backgrounds now with the new update like switch?
Yeah.
So that's what happened. And I just didn't like change it. Like I'm running around all day. It's not my priority to like, oh my God, my lock screen's Aaron. Like it's just not that big of a deal to me. Like it's not. So it was Aaron, but like Aaron and I weren't together. Once Liv got to New York, we've been hip and hip ever since. Like I haven't.
I was like,
you can attest for me this. Like I have not
100%.
seen him or like hung out with him on
Well, I'm not
one-on-one.
hanging out with him,
Yeah.
and I'm not going around New York alone. So thanks.
Exactly. There you go.
Besides the first night.
And I will
that-
say, like,
Well,
as
Liv
much
wasn't
as
here.
it's as much as it's on Aaron to tell you all these things, I'm surprised that Daniela kept it in for that long.
Me
also,
too.
where it's like
Me too.
when you're asked point blank, like, "Are you telling me everything?" and she
Twice.
still didn't. So
Which,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously, of course, it's like Aaron's job to tell
Right,
you.
right, and I
but
agree.
It's tough that like. Everyone pushed her to be honest, and it was like, why not?
I know,
Why not
and-
say that?
And that's what disappointed me because Danielle and I actually like grew a friendship in the villa, even though it was really awkward for me to have her in there. But like we had our own relationship and friendship, so it was like I really thought that she would be the girl to like just tell me up front.
That's the weird thing about it. Why wouldn't you like? Were you trying to impress the boys?
Yeah, right.
Did you still like Aaron? Did you want to hurt Rob? Like she has no loyalty to you. I get that, but also like. Why you lied twice? And then why would you run and tell your friends that you lied?
Yeah, she did. And
Some
she
people
knew,
forget
she
they're on
clocked that
camera.
she lied. She knew she lied. And like maybe that made her feel uncomfortable, but like how the fuck do you think I feel?
Exactly.
I feel like the dumbest person in America.
Did you see when Rob went on Call Her Daddy and Alex asked him if Aaron asked him to bring Daniela back? Did you see that?
Yeah.
How did you feel about that conversation? Because it was a little bit confusing. Because
it
I
was
feel
just-
like Rob was confused by the question
Well,
as well.
apparently, I saw that. Apparently, Aaron was like, yeah, bring Daniela back. And then he was like, oh, no, don't. It doesn't matter. You fucking said it. Own it.
yeah.
Dish
Right.
it.
Yep.
Shut up. Shut up. It shouldn't have to take you like 30 minutes to actually realize that you shouldn't bring this girl back. And like putting your girl onto Rob is just, that's such a weird, like, is that a
Weird.
kink? Like, that's weird as
Right.
fuck.
Was everyone really weirded out when that happened in the villa?
I
the
was
first time?
cheering
We
Rob
didn't
on
even
when she
realize.
walked in
We
because
thought
I
it was
didn't
Andrea.
realize it was.
Honestly, we thought Andrea was going to be.
Yeah, and I was just so excited for Rob to like. Rob's my friend as well, so I was
Woohoo.
excited that like he found someone.
Yeah.
Um,
And then we're like, I think
but I
Leah
like even.
clocked it.
I,
It was like,
but listen,
that's-
I even feel like weird for like. Does Rob feel weird? Like, isn't that weird? Like, like.
Yeah.
And they would make fun of us. This sounds gross, I know, but like, especially when we're going to challenges, there was a toothbrush downstairs, and we'd quickly we'd wash it, but we'd quickly do our
we'd share.
Everyone makes out with each other, so we
toothbrush.
like
Right.
a toothbrush.
Yeah.
Come on, let's not get.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, they would make fun of us, being like, how dare you use a toothbrush? You're sharing the same person.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. Exactly.
Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really a weird dynamic. I don't know what have going on there, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you asked her at the reunion.
Yeah, I asked her, and I like did say to Daniela, like, why did you lie? And she was just like, I felt uncomfortable, which is fine.
But
we all do. But girl to girl, like, personally, if that was me, I would have just said, like, to the girl, like, up front.
Totally.
But
like,
that's putting her feelings above yours.
Yeah.
Are you not uncomfortable? You're having to talk to the girl that your guy kind of like.
Like, I'm sitting there in front of you, crying my eyes out.
And you lied to twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you see any, future with you and Aaron at all? Or are you completely cutting it off?
I would be lying if I said like I didn't care for him, because I do. It's like not my feelings. I just don't wake up tomorrow and like my love for him just goes away. Like I really do care for him, but if I'm being honest, I also hate him very much so, and I want absolutely nothing to do with him. He can go fuck off and figure it out, because he's 27 years old, I'm 22, and there's no reason why I should be on a higher mature level than this 27-year-old man. And in a relationship, I want a man who's masculine, and I want a man who's gonna own it and dish it. And like when I see like, even like whenever I date someone, like I see a future with them, I look at like, family and stuff like that. I would never want someone like that to be a part of my family someday or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, totally.
Our morals did align at the beginning, but then actually knowing his values, like it really changed.
And when you have to like justify your significant other's actions to your family members, you know that that's like a problem.
Right.
When you're like,
Especially
no,
right off the bat.
but like it's, you don't, you can't like,
Like the first
Yeah.
introduction being all of this, I feel like is just too much already, especially because we did see your mom's Facebook comments and all of that, which I did feel like was probably hard for you leaving the villa seeing that.
I was
because
actually like pissed at her.
because you have no control over like what she's posting. And
I
you
was
kind of feel
so
like,
mad, honestly. I was like, you're just like engaging to all the hate and everyone online. Like, do you love it? Like, my mom was never a Facebook mom, first of all, before the show. And like she is explaining to me that she had so many questions in her Facebook. In a way, it was her ranting because she missed her baby. Like and she felt bad
when you're not able to.
Yeah. I feel like they just wanted to like defend.
Yeah, and then
it's so hard
they
when
don't
you
realize
can't
how
speak
much
too, because it's like you're not able to speak for yourself.
Right.
Defending
But my mom,
worse.
like even growing up, like was never the one to be like, oh, don't be friends with her or don't date him. She kind of just let me figure it out on my own.
Yeah.
And now she's like, whatever you want to do, I support it.
Yeah.
But
your sister slayed though in that video.
yeah, my little sister. My little sister talked to him outside the villa too when I was home, and she was like, yeah, I don't like you.
Yeah.
Period.
And I called her after the reunion. I was like, Kata, I think I like really like did well. I don't really know. I blacked out. Yeah. I either did really well or I was a really mean girl.
You weren't mean.
I was.
You
very
weren't mean. You said
it's
it
fine.
with your chest.
I was like, you little
I think
bitch.
you were finally rightfully like got all the information and processed.
But
and
he told me, like, how am I
felt
supposed to
angry,
react to that bomb? Like,
No.
what, he wants me to shed another fucking tear?
No,
I don't have any left. No. But she was like, yes, go. Like, yes, love it. Pop off.
Absolutely. I think, so at the reunion also, one of the biggest back and forths have been the voting of Andrea for her to be sent home. Did Leah take a backseat? Did she not take a backseat? Everybody wanted to see the footage. You guys watched the full 13-minute discussion of her being sent home. How did the group feel after watching the full clip? Especially you, Liv.
To be honest, I feel like the whole group is over it, if I'm honest. I feel like if we are over the situation, I think everyone should. I get we probably did something that wasn't seen before in Love Island, maybe sending what they perceive as a strong couple, but also if they're strong, why they're in the bottom three. But we all did watch the video. Leah and I are good. We feel like we've hashed it out like 50 times and we feel like every time it comes back we fall back into the trap of being like and we're like, why we keep doing this? And I think there's heaps of miscommunications, and like I dish a lot out, but I will take full accountability. So I did run with Rob's words and I should have heard her out. No matter if I was brought into the situation or not, doesn't matter. I should have heard her out and then made my decision, and I didn't, and I take accountability for that. I think there was a lot of miscommunication during the recoupling, sending someone home and afterwards, and it was a hard decision, and we all agreed that we're going to say as a group, and this is our group thing, and no one wants to do any of that. So moving forward, if the boys want to keep asking constantly, we're just going to be like, we're not talking about it. We've already told you why. Like, I don't need to explain myself 20 times to you why I'm sending her home. Probably the right decision why we did now. But she was then, I got a little bit offended when it's like, why are we even bringing it up about backseat or anything at all? Like, just dead it. Finish it. Like, no, I'm not talking to you about it, but I can see her side and I can see how I was in the wrong. But we're over it. So everyone else, move on.
Yeah, there's no point
Let's
to keep...
talk about the dates.
Yeah, there's no point to keep rehashing it.
Yeah.
But none of us wanted to vote or anything.
Yeah,
like,
I feel like that was clear. Nobody wanted to send anybody
There was
home.
going to be backlash no matter what. If Janae
yeah.
went home, if Nicole went home, we would have been fucked either way.
Yeah.
So
everyone has
It was
their
a
own
really
opinion.
tough one.
It was a very tough decision. Liv, you tested multiple connections in the
whole
villa.
field.
Did you feel like you had one that you would think is the strongest that you would have liked to pursue more? Or were you kind of just like over it at some point? Like, I'm not feeling any of these guys.
I can't fake anything. Like, you will see it on my face. And they're all great in different aspects. And they all didn't work out in different aspects. And I feel like some people get confused. Like, it is at the end of the day 12 randoms or whatever the number is in the room. If you're going to get along with them, kind of like, what are the chances? Pretty low. If I chose 12 guys from the shopping center and put them in a room and said, find your love, you'd look at me like I'm an idiot. So, like, I didn't get along because we just didn't click. Is there any? No. I mean, I was more friends with some. You know, they just... No, that's the nice...
It was just not going to happen.
Not gonna happen.
No.
Was there any moment where, like, maybe because the viewers saw, like, there were some moments where they showed Rob talking about you a little bit, or you talking about Rob, that seemed like you guys had a decent friendship that maybe could have been romantic. Did you guys ever feel that, or was that just like perceived by us?
Yeah, well, because we did see a conversation that you guys had with each other. Yeah, that right before Casa, that was like, oh, I don't know if you guys were like, I like you, but it was kind of like that. Like, you know, I may be interested.
On the couch?
Yeah.
I honestly feel like everyone else was coupled up and like were lovey-dovey, that it might have probably rubbed off on us, and we're the two singles. They were like, oh, or friendship with Rob. Clear as day. Like,
as soon as Casa happened, it was like,
Aaron and I also were
even,
trying to
like,
set it up. Like,
they were like
it so badly. Like, I would run and be like, "Hey, Liv, go pull Rob for a chat," and then he'd go and run. And tell
I'm like,
Rob,
why?
and
What's
we,
wrong?
like, set it up.
Yeah.
She's like, just pull him. And I'm like, well, this is weird, but we're just friends. I feel like we just went off on the wrong foot. And then we both personalities, like, it's hard at the start, like, you're not yourself. You try to be, but, like, you're walking in having no idea what's to go. So I feel like down the track, we got our personalities out more. I'm like, oh, we get along. And then we're both the single ones. Like, hey.
Yeah, right.
You know when you bring... Your friend is seeing the guy and he brings his friend and you're like, hey, is there
you're just
something?
like, I guess
and you're
I'll talk
not
to you.
interested, and you're like, we'll just
We'll just
talk.
pretend.
Right. Let's just make everybody else. We'll make them happy.
Yeah.
Like, we're
Go
getting
home,
along.
don't text them again.
Yeah.
Probably follow them on Instagram. Like, that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
But
that's
no,
very
wish
true.
them the best.
Are you excited to be out of the villa now that you can date in the real world?
Yeah, I am. I feel like I'm not someone who's just going to be like straight up like, hey, this is how I feel. I've been through all this. And like one day, like, I'd be like, what the hell? Why are you trauma dumping on me?
Yeah.
This is a lot. So being outside now and getting to like wait it out and like see where it goes is exciting. But then it also comes with like the downfall, having such a good season.
Yeah.
I'm like,
How did you guys both individually end up on the show? Because obviously, I think
we
big
have totally
thing.
different ones.
Yeah, because
She
like
got
Liv's is
casted.
straight up Australian. So
Yeah.
everyone's like, okay,
Right.
all right, Love Island USA, but we'll take it. Okay.
They're like, we're going international.
We loved it. I
Yeah.
think international's
Get
the way.
the
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go first.
I was in my room with my best friends just drinking and watching Housewives, and I came across this application, I think maybe on the book, on Facebook. And I was like, oh my God, how funny would it be if I applied to this shit right now? They're like, fucking do it for shits and gigs.
Yeah.
So I go apply, and I was like, no way I'm getting this shit. My ex-boyfriend actually called me, and the application's like 100 questions, and they're open-ended questions. It's so fucking long and in-depth. Literally, I hated it. It was like a college essay. It's like another fucking paper.
like
I
getting
had to
charged.
You're like, this is homework.
yeah. So I filled it out, submitted it. My ex-boyfriend called me. It ruined the entire application. And then I was like, fuck. So I went and I filled it out again twice. And then I got a call like months later. I thought I didn't hear anything for so long. Got a call. And then I had multiple interviews. And then somehow fucking got on it, which is just crazy. Because I did it just for shits and...
not just got on it.
Yeah.
And how was that process? Because were you staying in a hotel waiting to be called onto the show and you didn't know you were going to be...
you don't know your placement.
No.
So whenever Serena and I were walking into the villa, we didn't know that there was no one in the villa. Like, her and I were the first ones walking in. We had no idea, like, there was no one in there. So we found out when you guys did.
Right.
That's
like,
insane.
That's crazy.
Well, actually, you guys knew because we didn't have they take our phones.
Yeah.
So they posted that we were OGs and we had no idea.
Right.
They do the posting of like who's coming in.
Yeah, and
That's
you like have
crazy.
one Amazon Fire Stick that like has everything disabled.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually I kind of cheated it though.
How?
I don't know.
I tried.
I'm gonna say I might get in trouble, but
You hacked it.
yeah.
Gotcha,
So you
good.
know the Netflix. You know how Netflix? I had my family's
Yeah.
Netflix account.
Yeah.
And I was changing the names, talking to them. Be like, hey mom.
Oh my God, that takes a lot of
miss you.
work.
Yeah, I would like change every name, and then I would check back in a couple hours and be like, hey baby, miss you.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's smart.
Hidden messages.
I don't know if I would have
cryptic.
ever
I would
thought
never
of that.
think of that.
Neither.
I really, yeah.
And it's also like you can't really write that much. Like,
Yeah.
no, you can't. I would be like, I'd be like, are the guys hot? And she would come back, she'd be like, 2.
I would love
Okay.
to know who she thought.
She said Aaron and Rob.
yeah.
She said she wanted Kendall for me too at the jump, but
Really?
Wait, that is
Interesting.
funny because I feel like if I was your mom and I got those messages on my screen, I'd be so freaked out. I'd be
yeah.
like, what do
It's
you
like I
mean
said,
she's
How
talking
are
to
you?
me?
Like,
well, I
Yeah.
told her before our phones were taken. I said I'm going to communicate to you through Netflix, so make sure you check the names every day.
Wow.
That's one step ahead.
Yeah.
One step ahead.
That really is.
Wait,
Next
so
year
then
they're gonna have no Netflix.
I know.
Yeah.
Now I just ruined it
no,
for
yeah,
everyone.
everyone's screwed. So then, Liv, how did you end up on the show?
So last year I got scouted.
Okay.
And then I did a little bit of the process, and then I was going to Europe. It just wasn't the right time. I was still like obsessed with this person. Yeah. It's dumb. Everything happens for a reason. And then I was like, I'm just going to pull out. And I thought they'd hate me and not want me to apply again. And then they reached out this time. And then next thing I knew, I was in Fiji.
Yeah.
But you don't know you've made it even when you're in Fiji. Like some people
No,
get sent
a lot of
home.
people get flown out and get sent home.
That's insane.
devastating.
Or do people like get flown out and then stay there the whole time,
Yeah.
and then at the end they're like,
They're like, show's over.
wait, the show's over. Like I've just been in
Yeah,
this hotel
really.
room.
I think, or there's like something called mock, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
like people go into the
Yes,
villa.
that's crazy. Sorry, continue.
Yeah.
I saw that.
And they have so
Yeah.
much drama.
Yeah, so
I would hear them
basically,
crying coming home
with
from my
mock,
room.
they have like a whole cast that goes in the
Yeah.
villa prior to Love Island, and they like film, and it's like a
They test it all works.
it's like a scrimmage game for football.
Yeah,
like,
right,
kind
right,
of
right,
like-
right, right.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they test it all out, and I was like thinking like, I actually
Yeah,
think
she was
Daya
the
was a
first
part of the
bombshell.
mock.
Huh.
So I was thinking like, I don't know if these people think they're gonna be on the show and it's just mock, or if
Well,
it's like,
some make it.
and some make it on the show because like they
Right.
see their personalities. But imagine you fall in love in mock, and it's just like, okay, guys,
No, that's what happened.
That is, it happened with
That's
somebody.
crazy.
It
This
happened with
year,
somebody.
they had
Yeah.
like full on like disputes and
Yeah,
stuff.
but somebody actually have been. I saw one
Oh.
couple has been dating for like over a year or something. Like they've been in a steady, long relationship from one of the mocks from years prior. That they just like fell in love and they weren't actually on the show, and just from the trial run they made.
What
it.
a
was so
story! What a
sick,
story to
though.
share.
They should have filmed like those 4 days.
Honestly,
Like a-
best case scenario. They
Yeah.
found
Right.
love, and then they could go back
In
to
and
their
out.
lives.
And I feel like
true.
that is something that so many people don't know about, actually, for everybody listening. Like that, the fact that they do a legit trial run.
Yeah, they do.
with the cast that doesn't.
Yeah,
get
I mean,
aired.
it does make sense, like for like lighting and settings and placements. And
And I don't know if they
cameras,
tell them,
all those
because if they were
things.
like, hey, you're gonna be on mock, I'd probably be like, eh.
Thanks.
Right.
When's my
But they
flight
probably
out?
are like, you're gonna be on mock and you can have an opportunity of actually being on the show, and then people were probably like, yeah, I want to go.
But they told you were going to be an OG, right?
No, I found out the day you found out you'd be a bombshell at the pool. They told us the day before we went in that you were gonna be an
Right.
OG or a bombshell or a
We
Casa
didn't
or
know
whatever
when
it
we were
was.
going. I didn't know
But
when
they
that
told me
was.
you're going to go in the villa tomorrow night as our starting lineup.
Oh,
They're like, congrats.
Wow.
And I was like crying, of course. Like, thank you. Why me?
How did you feel when you got told you were going to be a bombshell?
So I kind of got told that, like, oh, there's going to be some people in there, like, you know how it kind of works. You're going to come in, you're going to do your thing. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I had no idea when, because I only went, like, a few hours after them. I had no idea, like, how many people were in there, how many times they've been going on for. I was shit scared. Yeah. I was petrified. They set me up and they're like, okay, go and do your thing. And I was like, oh, God, I'm that girl.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's
Well, I'm sure it's scary also to like walk in alone.
Yeah, everyone else got a partner.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? Yeah, but I mean,
You killed it. We were intimidated by you.
I was intimidated by you guys. Like, the couples were so strong at the start. And people, I think, new watchers who haven't watched maybe Love Island, forget that it's like not, I didn't have the choice to either choose no one or choose someone. Like, I had to choose
have to
someone.
pick somebody, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't be like, nah, actually, I'm going to do it out of spite.
Yeah.
So walking in was like shit scared. You were all like so close, and I literally walked in like a figurine. I was like, can I pull you for a chat?
Connor.
Yeah, I did. But you don't know anything in there. You just off you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Liv, people thought that you must have gotten into some sort of tussle at the reunion with the way that you walked out.
My like auntie full on texts me, are you all right? There's a bruise on your face. Like, what happened? And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, didn't hit anyone. I mean, I did say
Good
feels like
clarification.
Bad Girls Club. Love them. But no, I was so over wearing makeup the whole entire day. I was fed up. I went like that with my face. I took my hair out like of this clip and just ran my fingers.
I think it was because you took your hair out that people were like, her hair's tousled.
She's had her fight. And then I was starving.
Somebody ripped her extensions out.
Yeah, no, these bad boys. No. Yeah, everyone full thought I was in a fight. Can clarify, straight up, no fight happening.
Yeah.
I would have been in it too if there was somehow I would have ended up. There was no fight.
It is crazy the way that rumors spiral, because I saw like so many different rumors about the reunion that I'm like, I don't think any of that happened. It was like Liv, I forgot who they said you started yelling with, and then like somebody else jumped in, and I was like, how do they even
Really?
like
They
it was
don't miss a beat. They get you in
it's
every
totally,
angle.
like, made up out of thin air, and like people run with it, and I'm like, I don't know whether to be impressed or really scared.
Like,
that
Aaron
people
and Kaylor held their reunion back by 4 hours.
Yeah, so people thought that you guys got into a fight that ended up holding production for 3 hours.
They would
Can
make
you
sure to have
clarify?
cameras there, especially if we were
All of
on
us
site.
would not, no offense, listen to him and you going back for 4 hours. Let's be real.
There was
So
a
we were
power
drawn
outage.
line.
That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
tea.
So
That's what
there was a power
happened.
outage?
Yeah.
With like the cameras and stuff, they weren't working.
Yeah.
or
Okay, so
something
some
like
technical difficulties.
that. Yeah.
totally.
I don't know who that person was saying like it would have.
It's
It was everybody.
Things
Oh,
just
well, there
spiral.
was-
One person says something.
Yeah, well,
and
there
then
was somebody that posted that
Claiming to
she
be
was
production.
claiming to be
We've
production.
never seen that girl
and
in
she
our
put the
lives.
timestamp where it was like 10:20 something p.m. She wrote, "We still haven't started filming yet because
We is crazy. We
No, because
That's crazy.
we were filming it at 10.
Yeah.
yeah.
How have you guys handled kind of getting your phones back and being on social media?
Oh, I hate it.
Because it's been
Same.
such a conversation, right? Where this season, above any other season and a lot of other like Love Island franchises, you guys have all blown up. Everybody's obsessed. Everybody wants to know your every move. And it's like, and people are making different opinions on like who's on social, who's not. Like some of the boys have had comments, like Rob had a comment about Andrea, like going live all the time and like doing these things. Like, how has social media been for you guys outside now?
It's hard.
It's hard. It's
Yeah.
been difficult. I'm like, just keep my phone. You know, we were like so excited to get our phones back and like talk
We
to our
didn't have it for, like,
families.
2
we didn't
months.
have it, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't want it. I feel like
Take it back.
Yeah.
We also never knew in there like how big it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we
probably
didn't
why it
know.
did well. Because we were just like,
I called my
whatever.
best friends. They're like, Kaylor, wait, you don't understand how big the season was. And I was like, wait, what do you mean? They're like, no, Kaylor, you have no idea.
Yeah,
and
I still don't think I knew.
Honestly, it still hasn't set in yet. Like it
Yeah.
it feels so weird.
And when we saw you guys in the air, when we were all leaving Fiji, Rhea and I were like, I can't believe they're getting their phones like right now, and they're
Right.
like, this is the first time
That was
they're
like the
looking
first
at
time,
them.
yeah. When we
were
saw you
yes.
guys.
and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe like we're like the first people are seeing. I'm like, and we're trying to tell you guys like
we're
how
like, no, guys, you don't understand.
big it is.
Everybody is talking about the show.
Still weren't
we
understanding.
still don't really understand.
But I mean, you guys have been chased around New York City all week.
Yeah, and people be like, Liv, and I'm like,
whoa,
it's
it's
like,
crazy.
how do you know my name?
I'm like, we need to make sure, like, I can't be out on the street like smoking a cigarette or anything. Like, someone's gonna capture.
You
that
can
shit.
though, because then it would be like, oh my god, they'd be like, wow, like it's like Y2K.
Well, I was with like makeup,
you know, like
Okay.
it really depends. Like you can get the obviously people are gonna be like, that's fucking gross, like that's setting a bad example, and then you're gonna get the people that are like, oh my god, OG
Right.
Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie.
I'm like, should we go out with a ciggy now?
Or I'm like,
Plan photo shoot.
I'm like, we can't get absolutely destroyed at the bars anymore. I'll be like cross-eyed.
Even though we kind of do the sandwich video.
I don't know if that's stopping you
the
guys.
sandwich video.
Yeah, we did. That was so bad.
But the sandwich video, can I just say though, like watching that felt like how you act with your best friends. Like when you reach a level with your best friends where you guys get the humor and like maybe nobody else does, but you do, and that's the most important part. Like
my
you're
gosh.
laughing together,
We're
and
in
that's what's important.
stitches.
But honestly, it's like my humor, so I was laughing hard.
And we didn't realize. Well, I didn't realize he posted. And we woke up and we were
we
like,
didn't.
Why
I
is
didn't
my
know
phone
either.
ding ding ding? Great padding sandwich. I'm like, what the hell's going on? It's
We've
like,
been meeting
"Hey,
people and
little
everyone keeps saying,
sandwich."
what a great sandwich song.
Oh my god, it was so bad. But we like the love has been like, I'm so grateful for it and stuff.
Yeah.
But there has been.
It's crazy. I mean,
lot
Cordell was
bad.
showing us like people like hitting their car and like their vans and like all this crazy stuff.
Chicago. So Nene like posted a photo of her ticket because like, you know, when you're at home with your friends normally you just take a photo of your concert ticket. Well, anyway, she posted on a story and everyone I've never seen something like that in my life. People yell. I'm like, hey, like,
Oh my
why?
gosh.
Yeah.
That was insane.
I come from a really small town too. Like, I'm not used to this shit at all. Like, I am from the sticks, and this is just insane. It's weird. Like, in PA, no one could give two fucks. I'm in
Same with
Sheets,
Australia.
I'm in Walmart. They're like, hey, Kaylor, how was your summer on TV? I'm like, good. They're like, okay, see you later. Nice to see ya.
Yeah.
You know?
It's insanity.
But, like, in the big populated areas, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
My mom and I did go to, like, the mall, and we couldn't even, like, really go to the mall, like, normally. And she was like, Kaylor, what? Like,
That's crazy.
insane.
That's like when Miley Cyrus's mom talked about bringing Miley Cyrus to the mall for the first time.
Oh, really?
On Hannah
I didn't
Montana.
even see that.
Oh my god, it's actually a great video. She's like, yeah, we went to the mall and that's when I knew.
It's always the mall.
Yeah, it's the mall.
I love that.
Liv, how was it like in Australia? Like, were people in Australia
just
watching?
yeah,
there's
No.
You can't even watch Peacock there, so that's why.
Yeah.
When I came here,
They're like,
were
she wants
"It's
some American
crazy."
show.
Yeah, that was kind of why a reason. I was like, if I did some weird shit, which I still did, I'm like, they can't even watch it.
Like, I'll go back to Australia. It'll be fine.
There's some that are like, you're that girl on that show, and I'm like, oh yeah, sorry, like, hey,
Yeah.
And then others are just you can be normal, so that's why I'm like, it's a good escape until they start putting it on like our channels. Then and I'm like, ooh.
Would you have ever wanted to go on Love Island Australia?
I never really thought to go on Love Island. Honestly, to be fair, I was like, oh, why these people like complain by sitting by a pool? Like, they're so ungrateful. Like, it's so hard here. I'm like slogging, doing probably nothing.
Love Island Australia, I've watched every season because
Season 1's pretty good.
after I think what it was either 1 or 2 where what's his face kept the money and it was like insane.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like that was I was like, okay, Australia, like
Yeah,
these
I think
people.
what?
I was like,
Yeah.
that's why. I was like, they got to the end. It was a good couple, and he kept all the money.
Yeah.
Oh my
And I swear
gosh.
one girl like coupled up with this other girl's man who was solid. Like, this is later
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
out of spite.
Yeah.
And I was like, great reality.
Yeah,
Like,
yes.
But yeah, no, they don't really
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
But you guys have gotten there's been some great couples that have come out of your season and they're moving in like good directions. How do you guys, I know Kaylor, maybe it's kind of tough because everything that's gone down with Aaron, but like, you know, seeing some of these couples like do well on the outside so far. Who are you guys rooting for? Who do you guys have faith in that they could make it?
I have faith in all like the final 4 couples.
Same.
Definitely like I guess all 4. Like I
They're
can't
all
even say.
different.
How much do you think you're paying in subscriptions every month? The answer is probably way more than you think. Over 74% of people have subscriptions they've forgotten about. Most Americans think they spend about $62 per month on subscriptions. But get this, the real number is closer to $300. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. With Rocket Money, you have full control over your subscriptions and a clear view of your expenses. You can see all of your subscriptions in one place, and if you see something you don't want, Rocket Money can help you cancel it with just a few taps. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features. So stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/chicks. That's rocketmoney.com/chicks. rocketmoney.com/chicks.
Liv, are you excited to spend some time in America now that you Kaylor, you know, you're used to it. You've been to all the spots. And like you said, you went to the mall with your mom, but you were in Australia and now you're here. Are you excited to extended time?
I'm so excited. I got my visa, so we're gonna be sharing a place together in LA for a bit. Amazing. See if we like it. I don't know where we'll go next. Just go with the flow.
Maybe Miami. I'm like, we should do New York
Miami.
for a month, LA for a month,
yes.
Miami for a month. See what we like.
You should just.
I don't think we both of us. We don't want to make any commitments.
No,
right now.
and there's you don't need to put roots down
and
right
I
now.
don't know how to plan stuff. Like I didn't go into it thinking it'd be like this, so I don't really know what I want.
Yeah.
You don't want to just automatically be like, we're living in LA, because what if you spend the month there and you're like, I hate it there.
Yeah.
Especially not being from here. Like you gotta,
I just love the East Coast.
Yeah.
Like I just
Same,
love
the
the
warm
East Coast.
weather.
It's just like
Yeah.
West Coast is cool. Love LA. No hate to it, but it's just.
And
I know.
live on
Hey,
the
we're
east
East Coast
Yeah.
gals too, so
Yeah.
we totally feel it.
Yeah.
I feel like Liv, you're enjoying it now, and then like come January, you might be like, I don't know about this.
Don't pick
Yeah.
the month to live in New York.
The cold
be
months,
in the winter.
pick those for Miami.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
Go to Miami in the winter.
Go to Miami in those
snow.
months.
You should come visit
Yeah.
for some
Yes.
snow
I
for a
mean,
weekend.
New York,
Week.
New
Okay,
York Christmas
skate around
time.
the Christmas
New York
tree.
Christmas time
New York
is
Christmas
the
time.
best.
But I would.
So good.
It's
Okay.
really cool. But I will say this: try to go outside of the city. Maybe like somewhere like a beautiful, maybe
Upstate.
like house that you can get.
Well, you got to go to there
I
to
don't know
find
if I
snow.
can-
It doesn't
No,
snow in
yeah.
New York City anymore.
Yeah, because if
Oh,
it
really?
snows,
It like really doesn't.
if
Not
it
a good
snows
amount.
if it snows in the city, it just gets really
It's
dirty
just
really
gross.
fast.
That's
Like,
what my best friend.
Yeah, it's like
says,
not a
actually.
pretty
it's
snow.
not
Go
a
to
pretty
Vermont.
snow. Yeah, like go
do it nice.
Come
Yeah.
to PA, we'll hit Vail.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
So we
exactly.
go Miami, PA. Miami,
Yeah.
PA.
Yeah, go to a
Exactly,
beautiful like
exactly.
ski.
Yeah,
Cool.
I feel like everyone. I'm
Go to
new this.
Aspen.
Or
Matching
Salt Lake
sets.
City.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
love
you guys
Real
should just
Housewives of
look
Salt Lake.
hit all the 50 states.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Why don't you
road
make that your
tripping.
thing? You guys try
think
to hit all 50 states.
We're
together.
not
going-
caravanning.
We should get a big bus
No,
and van it.
no.
Oh, I would love it. Could put our faces.
I
on-
don't
You'll
get
fly
it.
first class.
I'll
And I
fly
would be in the
Spirit
van.
economy.
Yeah.
But a car.
I love a Spirit.
Yeah.
Same. We've got the Spirit.
$50 a day.
If I'm getting there, I'm getting there. I don't care
Agreed.
whether it's up, down. Like, plus, Spirit always flies.
Yeah.
Always. Rain, hail, or shine, perfect.
Yeah,
And they
you're
sell
like
buzzballs.
Right, you're a little uneasy about that, but
yeah.
if they're flying, no cancellations.
And who doesn't like a little bit of fun? Like,
Yeah, a little turbulence
Yes.
to get you going.
yeah.
Do you guys have any interest in other shows, perhaps? I mean, we saw Love Island Games be super successful this past season, their first go at doing it. Everybody loved it. It was a great show. Like, if you had the opportunity to do something like that, would you want to do it? Or is it like, is it too close?
I'm like 50-50. We
Same.
want to go on like as bombshells together because
Yeah.
then we'd be like,
If we could walk
We're
into
gonna couple up
bombshells
with
hand
each
in
other.
hand,
Right.
we would annihilate.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like being on a show, it's like it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's 24/7 you're being filmed, and it's a lot. But I feel like I don't know. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
see. It depends.
like I'd love to do other stuff, but I also loved the fact that I didn't know anything about Love Island and you got to live it through that. I feel like
Yeah,
it's a different
her and I
experience
were
going
both
back.
like. I mean, I wasn't like a diehard fan of Love Island.
Neither.
I just applied. I really never watched it
Yeah,
ever
really?
until I
So, like,
started getting
Molly May's
interviews.
best moments and stuff.
And then I
Maura
started-
Higgins.
I mean, how about that news?
Yeah.
The Molly May,
Sad.
Tommy Fury news.
Oh my
I
gosh.
feel for them
It's Love Island royalty right there.
that like she is Love Island royalty to
Yeah.
a
Oh my
T,
gosh.
to like that's why we got to have Maura for After Sun.
Yeah.
And like I
Amazing.
was like sitting there like
No,
I was
I
like
mean,
meeting the
she's-
president.
She's unreal.
A goddess.
Yeah.
Unreal. Her, Ariana, like they had the lineup. This
Yeah,
year.
they did.
They had a
really
budget,
did.
a big
Yeah, they
budget.
did. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
I
yeah.
feel like there were so many
made it such a
different
big difference.
factors that
Like
came
the
into
music,
play. Like
everything.
Ariana coming in as the host was absolutely incredible and brought so many new eyeballs. Like Bravo
Yes.
fans, people who were a fan of Ariana wanted to watch. Then Maura, because we're talking Love Island royalty, and then you guys as a cast. Like
Yeah.
people were obsessed and are still obsessed with you guys. That it was like
'Cause
the
we're
perfect
butt-cheeks.
I
combination.
don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Look, who knows? But we'll see if people want to do it. Everyone wants to continue to watch you guys. You know,
I'll
that
never say
seems to
no.
be the consensus from
Yeah.
the world.
I wanted to see like a Summer House, Jersey Shore type show from you guys.
I did see stuff about that, but I
Me
feel
too.
like
Would you do it, Liv?
If you
this
guys
sounds
did it
silly,
together.
if there was no phones involved
yeah.
and like
Agreed.
a good solid group went on,
Right.
Phones
Like,
definitely can't
in
be
the
involved.
nicest way,
It would
that's what I
alter
mean.
everything.
Right.
yeah, like
It's so tough because it's hard to go from a show where you're filmed 24/7 and you have no phones and you're out from the outside world when there are other reality shows like Summer House, other like Bravo shows where they're living their normal week Monday to Friday and then they're just filming on the weekends. You know, so that's it's a whole different
that's what I was
setup.
surprised about, like what the reunion was going to be like, because I feel like in there you're just going to say you don't care about the outside world, you forget about it, and then obviously as we've all seen, there's a lot of people talking their shit online
Yeah.
and saying it
Yeah.
with their chests. And I was like, oh, are they beating around the bush about how they really feel because of some situations, or are they going to say it to people's face with that?
Right.
Going to the
Was there
reunion
anyone
of it.
who was kind of loud online that you guys were really surprised by?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know how people can speak so much online with so little time in the villa.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
that just like doesn't make sense
yes. Or they're like,
to me. Like, how can you talk about someone
they're
so much
smashing
you don't know
like
them that long?
production and all of that. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, if you got a bad edit, you gave them the ammo to give you one. Period.
Yeah.
And
You went out, let it go.
yeah,
You
like,
got out, sucked
like-
in.
like,
Sorry.
or like
Yeah.
production did this or that. Like
It's not taking
no, we have
accountability.
what I love so much about Love Island is they want you to be your authentic self, and like they embrace that. And if you don't feel comfortable with doing something, you're still your own person. You say sorry. That wouldn't be true to myself.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
it. Bottom
Yep.
line.
If they really had a sway, would I have been through that many couples?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
If they really so-called loved me.
Right.
Like-
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're all so opinionated. I don't think one person, if someone was like, say I was the production, I was like, oh, you should pick Aaron. And then I'd be like, I'll pick who I want to pick.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to listen
Yeah.
to, you know what I mean?
That is
Yeah.
true. You guys are all
Big
very
opinions.
totally
And they never-
big personalities.
I'm not going to speak on anyone else's experience at all, say theirs is wrong. But personally, I never felt production push me into a way of being like, you have to say this or you
Same.
have to speak
Yeah.
that. They were a shoulder to cry on. It's hard in there. It's so hard.
Right. And it's just goes back to Kaylor, like what you said also. You're your own person. They can make a suggestion
Yeah.
or ask you how you're feeling. You'd be like, no.
So don't use
They're not clippy and
people
stuff like,
can't use that as an
"Hello,
excuse.
how are
you?"
It's
Yeah.
not okay. Yeah.
They're not doing what some other shows do where they literally like edit words together to make it
Yeah.
sound like
Yes.
you said
No,
something that
yeah.
you
You
didn't.
said it.
I
at the
mean,
end of
things
the
are
day.
clipped.
Yeah.
It's TV. Things
Right,
are
of course. So
clipped.
you hear
You're
the
not seeing
first 2 minutes and the last
you're
2
not
minutes of a
seeing the
conversation.
entirety.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
reality.
But
Yeah.
We don't want to see you make up all the time.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
watch
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Right,
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, there was a lot of just
Yeah.
like some people just needed to be banned. From
Yeah,
their
I think
phone.
everybody also like so many people when they got off the show realized how big it was, and then it was like they were addicted to talking about it, or
the ones that like maybe weren't on it.
yeah, because that's all they're being asked about too. It's like that's all they're like, and you're
think-
capitalizing
I'm like,
on your
let's
moment.
not, please not, let's, I don't even, like, my mom kept bringing it up, and I was like, Mom, I'm home. I don't want to talk about the fucking show.
I just lived it. I
Please,
just
Yeah,
embarrassed
yeah.
myself on national television. Like,
because
the
at
last
the
thing
end
I
of
want
the
to do
day-
is explain why I did that.
Right.
I don't know why I did that. I just did it. Okay,
Yeah,
get on
yeah.
with it.
It
You're
just
probably like, I
happened.
don't even remember half the stuff.
And
the challenges blank out.
Yeah.
Like-
Is it like, do you have any desire to watch
Hell
the
no.
show
no,
at all?
it's not entertaining.
Yeah.
It's
Casa
like
we watched and stuff.
Yeah, I had
Right, like bits and
had
pieces,
to
but you
watch
can't
that.
like also dedicating to watching the entire season back.
Like,
It's
I
a
don't
lot,
want to
but-
watch a little combo I had in Soul Ties.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
Kaylor, what was the like process of sitting down to watch Casa? Because I feel like I didn't ask that. Like, were you with your friends? Were you alone?
So
Like-
the very first episode, I watched Casa. Actually, Peacock came back to our hometowns with some of us, and they came back with me, and they filmed watching the show. The very first episode that I ever watched is they actually have it on camera. Good luck to whoever sees that footage.
I hope to. I'll pay subscription.
The first time watching it was filmed. They got it, and I watched it with my family and my best friend. It was really hard. And then the rest, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna sit and watch it with my friends or my family because one, I'm embarrassed of myself, and I don't want them to. I don't want to sit by them and watch it. But two, it's like I don't want anyone else's input to like influence mine. I like kind of that's
to
just
watch it
something
back.
I wanted to do like alone. So I kind of just watched it in my room. And yeah, it was definitely difficult, but I'm glad I watched it alone because I didn't want any of my friends like swaying me or anything like that. But yeah.
And you killed it at that reunion.
Yeah.
Your one-liners
Guys.
had me in stitches. Like, I honestly...
As you should though. Like I know you
Guys, it's
everyone's
really
gonna see it and
bad.
everyone's
It's
gonna
not
see
really
it. But this is
bad.
like the entire like everybody's loudest opinion when we came out of when you guys came out of the villa too was like we want Kaylor to stand up for herself and to put Aaron in his place. And it sounds like that's
Right.
what went
And they
down.
kinda-
You
Well,
know?
the
like,
thing
for them
is
preaching
that
for
like
that.
I am not the type of person to give someone a reaction. Like that's just
Yeah.
not me. I don't like to react in negative light. I'm more so the crier.
Right. But it's like
that's
he
just who
almost
I am.
tried is what I'm like he like it's
But
almost
it's the
like
thing
it
that
was a
he
weird
fucking wanted
yeah,
it or
exactly.
something.
Exactly.
But not
like
only
this.
that, it's
Yeah,
like you could
exactly.
only like poke the bear so much. Like
Yeah.
I
And
said
the bear-
before.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
I honestly lost my shit. I was screaming. I got up. I was pointing in his face. I think I might have called him a little
next to
bitch.
him.
Look.
Period.
Hey, I mean, it just feels like it was all built up, and if you had all the facts right away,
Yeah.
you know, maybe things would have been different. Maybe you would have had that reaction
Yeah.
in the villa,
Right.
and people would have totally
But it's just
understood
the fact
because
that
we saw it. So I think people will absolutely understand you sticking up for
People do it on
yourself.
the outside
I was
road all the
sick.
time. They
I
just
was
don't
up
have a
until
camera
like
in their
5 a.m.
face.
I was like, Liv, I really think I was mean. She said, Kaylor, if you say that one more fucking
I'm like, wrong
time.
go to ask bar.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, you actually
Right. I
killed
mean,
it.
let's
She's,
not
like,
forget that
applauding me.
Liv was posted on TikTok watching the show like it's on site when I see
Yes,
this guy.
But
this
listen,
slimy little rat, and he's like, I don't like New York. It's filled with rats. I was like, well, it's leaking here.
Yeah.
There's one right here.
Liv was like,
I was like, it's on site. Get in the paint.
You're like, I am so proud of you. I didn't even have to really step in.
Yeah.
I was so, like, you pulled out your big ones.
I
was saying,
I
like,
blacked out. That's why I'm like really scared to see it because I don't even know what it was
so
said.
good.
Well, you
Red
stood up for
outfit.
yourself, and
Exactly.
that's good.
Exactly.
don't
And it was
need
true.
anyone
I
It was
think
to
your
I
stand
said,
up for you.
Aaron,
it was your emotions.
I hate you.
And if you care about me, you will never talk or see me again. And the whole crowd was like, woo.
Yeah, yeah.
and people watching, like,
Yeah.
finally,
Yes. That's how you know
They're
it's
finally.
like
feel.
carrying you out, walking out like Kayla.
Yeah.
Kayla. You weren't
lifting you
that
up.
bad.
She
And I
did
don't
it.
want to project more hate on Aaron because he has been getting too much hate.
Yeah.
That's not fair. I mean,
No one deserves
we're all
hate.
human.
I think that there's a difference that some people are not understanding that you guys as
Lived it.
castmates can react to each other because you lived the moments with each other, and if you're upset with each other, you're gonna react that way.
We were in there.
You can have hate for him.
You
Yeah.
being mad at Aaron and standing up for yourself is absolutely what you should do because he wronged you, and you
Thank
need to
you.
stand up for yourself. Where people then confuse the situation is like, you can disagree with Aaron and think he is really shitty for what he did to you, because we absolutely do.
Yeah.
We think
Yeah.
slimy rat. And I think that was, you know,
Yeah.
people really held that opinion versus the, like, you know,
They
the
think we're
intense,
characters.
like, I don't even want to like repeat
Yeah.
some
No,
of the
it's
things that people
without
say. Like
taking
people
it online and like sending
like they send
saying, you know?
threats, and
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
crosses a huge line
does.
in disagreeing with someone and thinking they're wrong, which totally he is,
And we're human
versus sending
beings.
threats to people. It's
We're
like
not
it doesn't have to be that
characters.
way.
Yeah.
We aren't. This is reality TV. This isn't something that is like, we're not actors. This
Yep.
is our real lives. It's entertainment to everyone, but to us, this is actually how we feel, and like the connections we make are real. It's not just for television. And I think it's like hard to see that. And I think even maybe like if I was a viewer, I would maybe even fall under and like think that.
But
But
I never also want anyone to think that they should fight on our behalf.
no, exactly. And I think a
Totally.
lot of
It's no. You're not saying for me.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
can
say
do it.
myself
Yeah.
how I say.
And that's
You did it.
And that's
in a
why I
group
think
chat.
a lot of people who like felt really bad, I think a lot of people felt bad for me during it because I was like crying all the time. And I think like since they felt so bad, they were like, fuck you, Erin, like you did this to like this sweet girl, like you hurt her so bad. And it's like, I don't want that. Like I don't want that because
Don't
I
hurt him when.
and I
you're
do love him, like,
saying
and I
him.
do care for him. Like I said, like I think he's a great person. Do I think he's the person for me? Absolutely not.
Yep, there you go.
But like that's
Yep.
all that.
Thank
needs-
There you
God.
go.
Yeah.
And I think we can
all
I
applaud
was gonna
that.
say, we can
Yeah.
round of applause for that. I think
Yeah.
we can wrap it up there,
Yeah.
guys. We're so excited to see
Yes.
what's next for the two of you. Your
Thank
little
you
so
full-on
much.
Yes.
bombshell.
You
twins,
guys have killed it.
like in your matching outfits. You're adorable, taking on New York City.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
Yeah.
we're so excited.
Thank you.
We've loved getting to hang out and
Yeah,
chat
thanks
with
for
you guys.
having us.
This is a
Loving
dream.
it.
Yeah,
today.
it's been so fun. So
Look how
thank
much
you
you
guys
watched
so
it.
much.
Yeah,
Yes.
thank you
for
so
having
much.
us.
I'm so happy
Yeah.
that we got a good amount of time with each other.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Like, full
me too.
hour, able to really
I wanna
discuss
know
I
it
know.
all.
full
The
thoughts
entire
after the
cast got to
reunion.
meet you guys and do this, and
Yep.
we were like,
We were fangirling
Yep.
for them. Like,
Yeah.
we were like,
We're
oh my
like,
God.
Yeah.
In that
Yeah.
room in
And
Florida.
it was awesome. We had a short amount of time with each couple, and we obviously
Yeah.
wanted a longer amount of time, but it was
Right.
right after you guys got out of the villa. Like, it was literally like
Directly.
they did
Yeah.
the finale, and a couple hours later, they were in that room with us. I felt bad for them. I was like, we're the first, like, they're sitting down with us
Had they
immediately.
had
Like,
their phones?
no, they didn't have their phones yet. So, like,
God.
we
Did
were
you today was like, how many
Yes.
followers do I have?
Oh my God, I love her.
I was
Oh.
just joking around. Like, it was so funny.
Love it.
Like, just
Yeah.
It's like,
genuinely
have they been doing a
obsessed.
good job
Yeah.
on Insta?
She was like, "Psst, just tell me.
Yeah, she was like, "How many followers?" And they were like, "Get out today, get out."
Yeah,
And they were
like,
like,
you
"Out
try,
of here."
you try.
No, it was so
It
good.
was
Yeah,
so
but we
funny.
were like breaking news to them, like of how
Yeah.
big it was. Like
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm so happy that we got to spend like a
Thank
good
you
amount
so
of time
much
with you
for having
guys.
us.
Thank you
so
guys.
much for coming in.
Mwah.
Yeah.
I might like
much.
gonna frame our intro like in our house. I'm like,
Well,
we
why don't
gotta
we
be
frame
fast.
part-
We'll take a picture of you guys, frame it, and put it.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's like, you know,
Tell
those
Dave we want one
walkthroughs?
of these rooms.
Yeah, there you go. There
We
you
might
go.
have to do a few sweepings, but we'll do it.
We'll clean the bathroom, scrub the
Oh my
toilets.
god, you guys have to come back. You have to come back
Oh
here.
yeah, of course.
We'll tell you when Dave's here.
We will be here in Bustel's tops.
Oh my god, that would be so cute.
Oh, we'll send stuff to you guys.
Yes.
Matching
Don't worry.
Oh, we have
Yeah,
bags
yeah,
for
we
you.
have
Don't
stuff.
worry.
Oh my God.
Aw,
Yeah.
thank
Merch.
you.
God.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Nice.
guys.
Wow.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Hope you enjoyed. We're sad that this is kind of truly the end of Love Island season 6 with this reunion and chatting it up. We'll see what happens with the couples because there's a lot of girlfriend boyfriends now, which was very exciting. But that fully wraps it up, and we will all be back on Friday.